balancing hormones is an often misunderstood part of our health. Beyond its well-known impact on reproductive health, hormonal fluctuations can also influence various bodily functions. In recent years, researchers have been investigating a potential connection between hormonal imbalances in women and the occurrence of tinnitus, a condition characterized by the perception of noise or ringing in the ears. On today's show, I'll explore how tinnitus develops, its connection with hormonal imbalance, and 3 strategies that you can implement right now for improvement. So friend, if you're ready to turn down the ringing while achieving hormonal balance that will be music to your ears, then grab a notebook and pen and let's dive in. Hey friend, welcome to Integrative Medicine for Energy and Health. Are you struggling with low energy, excessive weight, chronic fatigue, imbalanced hormones, or body aches and pains that are robbing you of enjoying life? If you're ready to take the guesswork out of living a healthier life, you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Rekishia. I'm a mom, honorably retired Air Force veteran, award-winning author, social worker, and Christian alternative medicine provider. For years, I tried improving my health through conventional medicine and nothing worked until I finally found a simple strategy that was easy and fun. This podcast will provide you with natural ways to increase energy, lose weight, regulate hormones, and improve your mood. If you're ready to live, look, and feel better, grab your favorite cup of herbal tea and let's jump in. Imagine how you would feel if in just 21 days you could lose weight, boost your energy levels, and find hormonal balance. Well, I have great news for you. You can with Get Fit 21. Get Fit 21 is my monthly online health program that gives you the tools that you need to take control of your life. With personalized workouts, nutrition guides, and expert support, this program is designed to empower you on your health journey. Join countless other women who have experienced incredible transformations. You can join today to receive a 15% discount. Start your 21-day journey by clicking on the Contact Me link in today's show notes. When it comes to tinnitus or ringing in the ears, this is something that I am all too familiar with. I initially developed tinnitus while I was serving on active duty with the Air Force. And anyone who has served in any branch of the military can certainly relate to this because whether you are around tanks, shooting weapons, around jets or planes, or on an aircraft carrier ship, these noises will at some point impact your hearing. The first base that I was stationed at was a little base called Daegu in South Korea. And at the time, my unit was dedicated to supporting RF-4, which are unarmed reconnaissance aircraft. And pilots flew these aircraft to gather intelligence to be studied by my unit. Now, when the RF-4 took off, you could feel the power everywhere. I was around these planes all of the time, and that's when the ringing in my ears began. Now, for a while, it was very subtle and not that noticeable. However, when I started going through hormonal changes, the ringing in my ears became increasingly louder. And my doctors told me that there was not a treatment for tinnitus, and it was just something that I would have to live with. So, not being satisfied with this answer, I went on an investigation to find out more about tinnitus. And I knew that my hearing had been impacted by being around loud environmental noises, but I felt like there was something more, and I want to share what I discovered. So what is tinnitus or ringing in the ears? Well, tinnitus is derived from the Latin word for ringing. And the ringing in the ears can be described as buzzing, ringing, whistling, clicking, or hissing in the ear, and can be intermittent or continuous. And the most common types of tinnitus are characterized by the perception of sound that is not caused by external acoustic stimuli. And that sound can range from very loud to very soft. It can be a high or a low pitch. Now, when it comes to tinnitus, about 5 to 43% of the general population is affected by tinnitus. It can be experienced acutely, recovering spontaneously within minutes to weeks, but is considered chronic and unlikely to resolve spontaneously when it's experienced for more than 3 months. For women who have tinnitus, it can be persistent as well as troublesome. It can be disabling. Sometimes it can cause you to have insomnia, difficulties concentrating, difficulties in communication, as well as social interaction. And you can even have negative emotional responses such as anxiety and depression. So I know for me personally, I experienced almost all of these things with tinnitus, because if your ears are ringing at night, it's hard for you to go to sleep. During the day, it's hard to concentrate. Sometimes you just don't even want to talk or interact because you've got this continual ringing or buzzing going on in your ears. And so women who are experiencing tinnitus usually experience it as background noises. And these noises can become louder or suddenly. There can be new noises that weren't ever heard before. And this is referred to a flare-up or tinnitus spike. And so there are 4 different factors that can cause tinnitus that I'd like to share with you. The first factor is that tinnitus can also be caused by damage to the inner ear hair cells. And if the hairs are damaged, they can release random electrical impulses to the brain, causing tinnitus. And so that sound that you're hearing is an actual electrical impulse. And I want to give you a little bit of anatomy on the inner ear so that you can understand how those hairs can be damaged. And so the labyrinth, or the inner ear, contains 2 main structures, including the cochlea and the vestibular system. And the vestibular system consists of 3 semicircular canals and 2 sacs called the sacuole and the utricle. And the cochlea is responsible for hearing, and the vestibular system is responsible for motion and maintaining balance. And the cochlea and the vestibular system are filled with fluid that's called endolymph, and they are also soaked in fluid called perilymph. And the inner ear structure is something like a balloon within a balloon arrangement. And so both the cochlea and the vestibular system contain specialized sensory hair cells. And the vibrations are transmitted from the middle ear. They can cause tiny waves to form in the inner ear fluid, which makes the cilia of the hair cells in the cochlea vibrate. And the hair cells then convert those vibrations into nerve cells, which are interpreted as sounds when the signal is sent to the brain via the auditory nerve. So again, what you're actually hearing are signals that are being sent from the brain to the auditory nerve. But if those hairs are damaged, it's going to create a different electrical impulse that you are hearing within your ear. The second factor is age-related hearing loss. This can also cause tinnitus. And so if there is repeated exposure to loud sounds, this can damage the sensory hair cells, once again, within the inner ear that can result in tinnitus. The third factor is the injury of nerves within the ear or the hearing center in the brain can also cause tinnitus. And for most veterans who've been exposed to repeated environmental noises, we know that this can damage those areas of the brain that process sound that can create tinnitus. And then the fourth and the final area is there has been recent research that shows that hormonal changes may also contribute to the development or exacerbation of tinnitus in some women. And so when we look at the estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone hormones, they play a crucial role in various bodily functions, including those that are related to the auditory or the hearing system. And so I want to give an overview of understanding hormonal imbalance now that we have an idea of how tinnitus can actually happen. And so hormonal imbalances occur when there is an irregularity in the production, regulation, or the function of hormones within the body. And for women, hormonal fluctuations, they're a natural part of our life, whether it's through the menstrual cycle, pregnancy, or during menopause. These imbalances can also result from conditions such as PCOS or polycystic ovary syndrome, thyroid disorders, and even hormonal medications. And so I want to go a little bit farther into looking into how those hormonal imbalances are linked to tinnitus. So I'll share information about estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, as well as menopausal changes. And so when it comes to estrogen, this is a key female sex hormone. It has receptors in the auditory system. And fluctuations within the estrogen levels, such as those that occur during our menstrual cycle, during pregnancy, or menopause, they can impact the blood flow within the inner ear and reduce blood flow to the cochlea. The auditory organ that's responsible for hearing contributes to those tinnitus symptoms. When it comes to progesterone and testosterone, progesterone, which is also another female sex hormone, and testosterone is the primary male sex hormone, but it's also present in smaller amounts in women. This can also influence auditory function. When there are changes in the balance between these hormones, this could also affect the inner ear and contribute to tinnitus. And the final area is menopause and hormonal changes. And when we're going through menopause, we know that this is marked by a significant decline in estrogen as well as our progesterone levels. It's a period of profound hormonal changes. And some studies show that the hormonal fluctuations during menopause can certainly contribute to an increased prevalence of tinnitus in women. And so I just wanted to share a clear picture of how tinnitus is connected to hormonal imbalances, because that might be one of the reasons why you're experiencing that ringing in your ear. And so now I want to share 3 strategies to help you to balance your hormones as well as improve tinnitus. The first strategy is to implement herbal supplementation, particularly ginkgo biloba. Ginkgo biloba is a tree that is native to China. It produces fan-shaped leaves and seeds, and the extract from its leaves are commonly used in herbal supplements. And this supplement is believed to enhance blood flow, it acts as an antioxidant, and it potentially offers cognitive benefits. There are some women that explore its use for conditions like tinnitus as well as cognitive decline. The second strategy is incorporating zinc into your diet. And zinc is an essential mineral that plays a crucial role in various bodily functions. It is involved in our immune function. It helps with wound healing, DNA synthesis, as well as cellular division. And some of the dietary sources of zinc-rich foods include meat, to include beef and lamb, poultry, to include chicken and turkey. With seafood, we've got lobster and oysters. For dairy products, that includes milk, cheese, and yogurt, seeds and nuts, pumpkin seeds, cashews, and almonds. We've got legumes ranging from chickpeas to lentils to a number of beans. Our whole grains include zinc, such as wheat germ, quinoa, oats, and then my favorite, dark chocolate. So you want to be able to include these zinc-rich foods into your diet. And some women do take a zinc supplement, but it's important not to exceed the recommended dosage because excessive intake can certainly have some adverse effects. But zinc is sometimes used to support overall ear health, including conditions like tinnitus. And so whenever you're looking to implement a supplement or a mineral into your regimen, you always want to consult a healthcare professional before adding those to your specific routine. I know for me, I'm a big fan of zinc. I usually get zinc in my diet through the foods that I eat, which is simple because you can add it again to your daily meals. The third and the final strategy is tinnitus retraining therapy. In tinnitus retraining therapy, this is a form of habituation therapy that's designed to help individuals who experience tinnitus. The full program is for about 12 to 24 months, and it consists of an initial classification of clients for different emphasis during therapy and includes a combination of direct counseling, and then there's also sound therapy that is included. And so during this time, there are sound generators that are used. They provide a neutral background sound. And then the counseling piece addresses emotional reactions, promoting habituation over time. And habituation is a psychological process where repeated exposures to a stimulus leads to a decreased response over time. And so when it's addressing tinnitus, habituation involves reducing the emotional and cognitive impact of the perceived sound, which allows individuals to adapt and experience less distress or disruption in their daily lives. But the whole goal is to reduce the perceived impact of tinnitus on an individual's daily life. And so I just wanted to be able to share those strategies with you. I have use some of those strategies, and they have been beneficial to me in helping to reduce and lessen the tinnitus and help me to manage it very, very well. And so I hope that you are able to implement and use these strategies in your life. And so have you ever tried a holistic remedy that's helped to relieve ringing in your ears? If so, share that with me by leaving a voice message via Spotify. If there's a health topic that you'd like to hear on the show, you can send me an email by clicking on the Contact Me link in today's show notes. Be sure to share, leave a review, or subscribe to the show to receive notifications on all of the latest content. So let's wrap it all up. While research in the connection between hormonal imbalance in women and tinnitus is still in its early stages, there is growing evidence to suggest a potential link. Implementing holistic strategies to include herbal supplementation, zinc, and tinnitus retraining therapy can bring about improvements. Understanding the intricate interplay between hormones and auditory function can help pave the way for more targeted treatments and holistic interventions for women experiencing tinnitus related to hormonal imbalances. I'll leave you with Romans chapter 10, verse 17. So faith comes by hearing, and hearing through the word of Christ. Hey friend, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you take 30 seconds and share it with a friend who may want to have more energy and improve their health naturally? Also, I would love it if you could leave a quick review for the show on Apple Podcasts. It blesses me tremendously to know that this podcast is helping you. Alrighty then, it's time to go make a protein shake and go for a hike. No more days of feeling tired and drained. I'll see you in a few days for another episode. God bless.